And a very pleasant good afternoon to you from Redwood High NCS action. We are underway. Tamalpais versus Acalanes. My name is Brian Murphy, and we are underway. We had a slight delay on the production. Thanks to Derek Scobie for putting out a fire, and we are underway. The Acalanes Dons, the 13 seed against the Tamalpais Red-Tailed Hawks, the 4 seed. We're at Redwood High School, TamTV, bringing you what you need to know. We'll catch you up on all the details of this as this game goes on, but here we are in the first possession as Tam won the sprint and gets the ball down to Declan Murphy, who gets it back to Roan Holden, who's looking, who fires and has his shot blocked by number 13, Aiden Castro, resetting the shot clock. Declan Murphy picks up the loose ball, and Dex Tarba up top. So here you go. We'll catch you guys up. Should be a good game. Tam, of course, playing a little handicap today without star player Andrew Wallace and without and Jasper Feldman, though, scores on a Dex Tarba assist. I was trying to give you guys a little background there, and the Tail Hawks decided to go ahead and score a goal, so that was well done. Dax Tarba found a cutting Jasper Feldman. That sophomore can shoot, kids. Keep your eyes on Jasper Feldman when he rears the right hand back, because he is a scorer. And we're off. Tam 1, Acalanes 0. So get you set. Tam is the 4 seed with a 13-7 record. Acalanes is the 13 seed with an 18-6 record. Offensive foul by Acalanes. We're going Tam's way. And already Tam with a chance to build on a little momentum. Murphy slips it down in front of Feldman, who has open water. And he spins, and I told you when he rears that right hand back, watch out. But number 12, Borna Koopa, one of their many freshmen in Acalanes, does that. Nice defense there by Koopa. So I'll give you a lay of the land. Acalanes, of course, a traditional power in the day. They produced the great Kirk Everest, one of the great players Northern California's ever seen, the Cal head coach. But Acalanes has been in a little bit of a lull lately. They're on their way back with a young team, 3 freshmen on this team, the 3 to watch. Number 12, Borna Koopa. Number 13, Aiden Castro. Number 14, Gunnar Grant. And their senior, Thomas Parrott, who's one of the finest rugby high school players in the nation. Kind of an interesting detail there. So watch for number 7, who is a top recruit for rugby. That's him with the ball right there, the rugger. You know he likes contact. So here we go. We're getting set. Tam, of course, look at that. The lefty, one of those freshmen, number 12, Borna Koopa shoots. Combination of Ethan Wallace and the pole stops it. So a little bit of information. Tam without Andrew Wallace, their leading scorer, their UCLA commit, and of course their all-everything potential county player of the year. Also, Pash Campbell-Vishnish, the sophomore, is out. So 2 starters down, has Tam with their hand tied behind her back. Not to mention, without revealing too much, but their big senior co-captain, Declan Murphy, battling a pretty bad sickness today. So we'll be monitoring his minutes. So Tam a little handicapped. Acalanes coming in with 3 freshmen, and we draw a kick out. Looks like Jasper Feldman draws it off. Number 12, Borna Koopa. Good start for Jasper. And Tam has a 6-on-5 with a 1-0 lead. See if they can kind of patiently do this. 23 on the shot clock, 4:45 to go in the first quarter. Murphy rises up, drops it to Burke. Burke over to 15, Sammy Melise. New number today for Melise. Gets it down to, Dex Tarba is finding himself with his shooting touch. You watch a young kid develop right in front of your eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, last week in the MCAL semifinal, Dax scored 2 huge goals. He spent most of his sophomore season playing great defense. Now he's starting to find the back of the net, Tarba. You go, young man, you go. Number 8, Tam up 2-0. So again, Tam playing a little handicap, but they are the higher seed. Their body of work superior to Acalanes. Acalanes does not have too many quality wins. They are, again, a young team. They play in a difficult league with Miramani and Campolindo. But Acalanes, anytime you see that A and you see the Dons, man, you know that is a, oh my goodness. That was a surprise goal from Mason Schler. You wouldn't expect a guy to score from that far out on a goalie of the quality of Ethan Wallace, so there must have been something blocking his vision. That was too easy, Tam. That was too easy. So you have to wash that one off and get it right back. So you'd like to see Tam stop that goal. Unfortunate breakdown there. Okay, 2-1 ball game. Anyway, you see that A. You know, they play, of course, over in the, just to give you guys a little background, they play in the La Marinda corridor where Campolindo and Miramani rule the roost. So they've traditionally sort of lately been losing players to Miramani and Campolindo. But Acalanes has a tradition, and I don't know if this is the good thing to bring up or not. Murphy dumps it down low to Jasper Feldman, who's in the set. Jasper turns and scores. Oh, off the top part, doesn't go in. Oh, Lady Luck not shining on the Hawks on that one. So how do you get a kid Schler score from 6-7 meters out, and then you got Feldman from 2 inches out, and it hits the top bar. So that's just an unfortunate bit. Declan Murphy, the defensive maestro, steals the ball from number 12, Borna Koopa. Off he goes. The Sequoia tree fighting a little bit of an illness. We'll see what kind of lung power he has. He's going. He finds Rogan Burke, who's got open water, and Rogan Burke gets it up and scores on the Declan Murphy assist. Started with the Murphy steal. That was important to get that one after that surprising goal by Acalanes from too far out. Great steal by Murphy. He pushes it down. Rogan Burke rewarded for his hustle, and he scores. Tam's up 3-1. So again, Acalanes with a great rich tradition. In fact, as recently as 2021, they were the 2 seed. They lost the championship to Redwood. In 2019, they won the Division I championship, but of late, not as much. Missed the tournament in 22, missed the tournament in 23, and last year were only in the Division II brackets. They've hit a little bit of a lull. Look at that defensive play by Sammy Malise. Sammy the swiper. Oh, ball under, unfortunately. Sammy was just an inch away from a fantastic play. So listen, the monitoring of the minutes as Declan Murphy is out right now, as they are watching his lung power today, up 3-1. In is Will Gracie, number 16. So shout out to Gracie, the sophomore. Young team in there. No seniors in there right now. Ethan Wallace, the stone wall. That is Ethan Wallace. Unfortunately, the ball stays in the 2 meter, so it is Acalanes retaining possession. 2:44 to go in the first quarter. Tam shorthanded. No Andrew Wallace, no Pash Campbell-Visnich, and Murphy monitoring his minutes. And a kick out. We got Rogan Burke kicked out, so it's a 6-on-5. An exclusion drawn by number 11, Mason Schler, the kid who scored that goal. We got to give it a watch 11. Acalanes working a 6-on-5 now. We'll see how Tam's young defense. This is next year's Hawks, everybody. Not a single senior out there. Sammy the swiper does his thing. You feed him, he'll steal it, ladies and gentlemen. He's out of a Dickens novel. He's like a pickpocket at a county fair. Stealing, like Oliver Twist, ladies and gentlemen. Please, sir, can Samir have some more? All right, Tam now. Can they take advantage? Can they take advantage here? Without Murphy, without Walsh, without Campbell-Visnich. They do have Feldman with the ball, though. He's a scorer. Shot clock's low, though. He dumps it down to Tarba. No, Tarba scores again, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dax meter is running high. The second goal for the sophomore, finding himself right before you. Great assist from Jasper Feldman. Tarba with 2. And Tam leads 4-1. Getting it done right now without their seniors. So you want a little 2026 preview? Here it is. That's Rogan Burke with some press defense. Jasper Feldman with some press defense on number 9, Will Miller. 1:48 to go in the first quarter. Lofts it. Little wet ball over here to number 14, one of the freshmen, Gunnar Grant. So Acalanes is liking their future, and they did well to get the 13th seed in the Division I bracket. Gunnar Grant, though, with a nice shot. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Gunnar Grant. He puts the gun into Gunnar. That was Steph Curry, ladies and gentlemen. What was that? That was the 3-pointer. So Acalanes' first 2 goals have been from way out. Surprising. But hey, tip your cap. If you can shoot, you can shoot. And Gunnar Grant could shoot. So this is going to be an interesting game. Tam playing. Oh, a little sloppy pass there. And number 9, Will Miller tried to steal it, but Jasper Feldman able to reclaim it. 1:15 to go in the first quarter. Dax Tarba, the sophomore, having a good game, having a good sophomore season. Looking, we're under 10 on the shot clock now. We're getting into dump territory here. That's Sammy Willis. And an offensive. Here we go. 1 minute to go. Acalanes ball. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy today, folks. I'll just give you guys that. It's not going to be easy. Tam playing shorthanded. Tam still trying to find himself without Andrew Wallace. Murphy monitoring his minutes with the illness. So right now, no senior captains in the pool. But the baby Hawk's going to do it. Number 5, there's Ethan Wallace doing his thing. Absolutely says no, sir, to Alexander Lavoie. A little Shaquille O'Neal rejection from Wallace. And we got an offensive now. New shot clock, though, for Acalanes. Oh, we're calling a kick out. A kick out on Will Gracie. Oh, no, 6-on-5 for Acalanes here. 44 seconds to go. Acalanes, this is not going to be easy, folks. This is not going to be easy today, especially, there we go, though. They take advantage of an errant pass. Miller throws it right into the hands of Sammy the swiper. The pickpocket, Malise. Let's see if Tam can do something here in the final 29 seconds. Be nice for Tam in sort of a weird environment, weird roster, missing some dudes to try to score here, although that wet pass isn't going to help. 18 to go in the first quarter. Coach Max Pollock imploring them to use the whole clock. And that clock is ticking down. We are under 10 on the shot clock now. So Gracie with the ball. Over to Burke, the junior. Burke's looking. He finds Malise. Malise to a cutting. Oh, Bartorba. And there was no call. Pollock wanted a call. He didn't get it. And that will end the first quarter. So Tarba with a nice cut. They fed him. He wanted the 5-meter, Pollock did. He's asking for it. We've watched Max Pollock grow in terms of his communication with referees. And, hey, listen, maybe this is the kind of conversation that will net something down the road if Tam can get their maybe a call a little bit later on. So Tam 4, Acalanes 2. I got to fix that Acalanes score. The mouse is a little moist and a little funky. I got to get that Acalanes score right. My bad. I apologize on that. So Tam 4, Acalanes 2. I don't know why they're switching. They switch every quarter now? I thought they always switched at halves. That's my bad. My bad. So Acalanes has to like it. If you're the Dons, you like this. You're the underdog. You got nothing to lose. You got a young team. You come in. It's 4-2 in the first quarter. They're like, yeah, we'll take it. Redwood's providing a little house music here in the scene. We'll see if Murphy can get back in the water here after monitoring his minutes in the first quarter. So 2 goals for Dax Tarba, 1 for Jasper Feldman, and 1 for Rogan Burke. Again, just a reset. Thanks to TamTV. Thanks to Derek Scobie, who's pinch hitting for the wonderful Colleen Donaldson. Colleen, of course, MVP. But Derek Scobie, the Tam Boosters president, and one of the founders of TamTV, recently seen filming a field hockey championship last Friday at Sam Chapman Stadium. Shout out to the girls' field hockey team. Shout out to the girls' tennis team hanging not 1 but 2 fall banners in Gus Gym. So I watched that broadcast Friday. Scobie's camera work was second to none. And here he is stepping in for Colleen Donaldson, who's at Parents Weekend at UC Santa Barbara. Old water polo alum Bonehead Wyatt Donaldson down in Santa Barbara. So we wish Colleen and her family a wonderful weekend down there. We thank Tam Boosters and Tam High Foundation for making Tam TV possible. And we thank Derek for staying absolutely cool. My man was like Brian Wilson in the 2010 playoff run, the torture. Because the equipment was new. He hasn't done a water polo game all year, so he was dealing with all new equipment. And all the wires and all the links had to be set up, and maybe it wasn't necessarily going the way you wanted with about 10 minutes to go and about 5 minutes to go and about 3 minutes to go. And then right when the game started, Scobie made it work, and we are coming to you live from Redwood High School, where Tamalpais 4, Acalanes 2. And again, he's keeping Murphy out again. Interesting move here. I understand the kid's sick, but it's a little bit of a risk to take your senior captain and defender out. But we'll see how the young baby Hawks do as Jasper Feldman wins the sprint. Over to Roan Holden, the junior surfer, up to Dax Tarba, who's having a nice day. Over to Sammy Malise. Sammy with a little trying to draw a foul from number 14, the freshman Gunnar Grant. Nothing really happening here. They're trying to run a pick, trying to run a play. Sammy's not seeing anybody open, unfortunately. And the shot clock's already down to 10. And there's Feldman, and there's really nobody open. This may be a wasted possession. We're down to 5 on the shot clock, and we're going to have to Rogan Burke. Oh, Rogan shoots, and wide. So wasted possession by Tam there. I will monitor Murphy to see when he gets back in. Quite frankly, I'm a little uneasy without either senior co-captain in, but hey, who am I? Just a broadcaster on TamTV. Back to the action where Acalanes is in this thing, ladies and gentlemen, and they get it down to their guy, Thomas Parrott, the rugby man, but he throws one right into the chest of Ethan Wallace. Easy stop for Big E. He's like, where's my bro? Donde está mi hermano? Well, he's out with a fractured finger. We'll get back to that later. Perhaps if Tam advances in the NCS, maybe, just maybe, you'll see him again. Oh! They call a turnover on Jasper Feldman. That's an unfortunate turn of events. Jasper didn't like it. What are you going to do? The ref said nay, and the ball goes to Acalanes. So, again, this is not going to be easy today, folks. Tam playing without either senior co-captain right now and without Pash Campbell-Visnich. But they have the horses. They got the kids. And they got Ethan Wallace in goal. And they're ahead 4-2. Acalanes with the 3 freshmen and the big number 7, Thomas Parrott. And don't forget their outside shooting. There you go. Ethan's starting to warm up a little bit now. Reads that one from Will Miller and makes an easy stop. So not as good of an outside shot that time. Ethan looking for something. Tam may have to just grind this one out. It's maybe a ground and pound game for these guys. This one may not be a Mona Lisa, folks, but it's survive in advance time in the NCS. Oh, an offensive push on Jasper Feldman. Wow, that's 2 now. He's calling Jasper for a couple of things. I don't know. Feldman. Oh, and Feldman now with a kick out. Oh, boy. The momentum is not going Tam's way right now as 2 possessions resulted in turnovers. And then on a counter, Jasper was caught blocking the speed of number 12, Borna Koopa, the freshman. Acalanes smartly calls a timeout to set something up here. with 5:09 to play in the first half. So if you're the Dons, you're loving this. You're loving this. You're like, hey, we're the 13 seed. What do we care? We're down 4-2. We got the ball. We got a 6-on-5. They're hanging in nicely. I think I see Murphy coming off the bench to maybe get ready to go back in. I don't know if you can mess around too much with the personnel in this game. Acalanes has some freshmen. Acalanes has some talent. Acalanes has a good coach. And by the way, I want to shout out their assistant coach, Jake Norton, who is a listener of the KMBR morning show with Murph and Marcus. We want to appreciate him for texting in this morning. He was sweet. He was nice. And he said some nice things about Tam. I responded with some nice things about Acalanes. And we all had a good old time and shook hands and slapped each other on the back and said, good luck today, Coach. He's the son of a great Cal Golden Bear, Doug Norton, who was one of the great water polo players at Cal and a great Olympic Club guy. So a lot of water polo blood there in the Norton family. So timeout for Acalanes to see what they draw up here. They got a 6-on-5. We'll see if Ethan can sort of ride the white horse and try to save his team. You don't want to see Feldman get rolled in this game, that's for sure. So watch those fouls there, buddy. And we'll see. Acalanes draws up a play. Over to 14. Gunnar Grant, he's the one who shot from the outside. Okay, they're playing it cool. Working. Now the long toss. They're going to try to work something on the weak side. The lob to number 5. And Ethan Wallace says, no, you called a timeout, and I had the plan all along. In your timeout, did you factor for me stoning the shot from Alexander Lavoie? So Ethan Wallace is the X factor, ladies and gentlemen. He really, really is. All right, Murphy back in the game. So the senior co-captain adds a little ballast, a little heft to the team on offense and defense. Always good at drawing a kick out or two, too. He's setting up down in the hole. And, in fact, Rowan Holden down there finds him. Murphy rises up. Oh, and he gets his shot blocked by number 14, Gunnar Grant. The freshman stones the senior. Murphy's going to have to wear that one. You got to think a senior should be beating a freshman there. Unfortunately, that's polo, folks. So I hope number 5 gets mad and does something about that. All right. Oh, we're calling a kick out. A kick out. Number 16, Will Gracie, has been kicked out. I believe that's his second. So Feldman coming back in. Wow, this is a ground and pound game. And look at, a great opportunity. A great opportunity for Acalanes. Tips off the fingers of number 7, Thomas Parrott. Unfortunately for Acalanes, boy, they had a really good look. And, that's a team that, just isn't totally clicking on all cylinders there. You play a team like Redwood or Archie, and they convert that. So this is what happens when you're a 4 seed. You earn the right to play a 13 seed that doesn't have all of its ducks in a row. All right, Tam playing a little sloppy, let's be honest. A lot of wet balls, not very good shots, too many fouls, etc. So, look at that, cutting to the Sammy Melise. Look at that. Sammy, the swiper, turns into Sammy, the scorer, with a big goal there. Because, quite frankly, guys, it was sort of drifting. It was an ugly performance by Tam up until that. And a cutting Sammy Melise. Great pass, Jasper Feldman. Number 2 hits Sammy Melise. All right, 5-2 Tam. It's not pretty. It ain't a Mona Lisa, folks. But it's surviving advance time. It really is. Murphy playing with a sickness. Fouls being called on Tam for a couple ejections. They've certainly lost the 6-on-5 game so far. But Ethan Wallace with a couple of really nice stops. In fact, look at Sammy the swiper takes it away. Have a day, Sam. Have a day. Sammy's in search and rescue, and when he searches, he rescues the red-tailed hawks, ladies and gentlemen. What a nice performance by this kid. Murphy looking. Long cross-court pass. Nice one. Hits Rowan Holden right in the mitts. Beautiful, beautiful dish. Over to Tarba. 13 on the shot clock. Up top to Melise. Melise back to Tarba. Tarba now tries to feed down low, too. And Jasper Feldman draws the kick out. Borna Koopa, the freshman. Well done. Good pass from Tarba to draw the kick out. Tam with a 6-on-5 now. Let's see if they can execute. Patience, as they say. Patience. We'll see what they do. I know that sun must be affecting some of you viewers. I'll try to give you the best I can as Tam works it around up top to Declan Murphy. Lobs it down. A beautiful lob to Rogan Burke for the touch goal. Ladies and gentlemen, alley-oop. Shout out R.C. Owens and Y.A. Tittle at Kezar Stadium. Kids, Google it. Google it, kids. Y.A. Tittle to R.C. Owens, Kezar Stadium. Ask your grandparents. 49ers Rams Sunday should be a good game. Beautiful pass from Murphy. Beautiful finish from Burke. Tam now settling the waters. I think this is what you get when number 5, Murphy's in the game, is just sort of a settling down of things. And they want Murphy to be kicked out. That will not be the case. They were racing for a loose ball. All right, Acalanes now down 6-2, 13 on the shot clock. Ethan Wallace is heating up, though. He's had a better second quarter than he did early on. I think he didn't expect those first 2 goals to be scored from outside. Down to 6 on the shot clock. That's number 9, Will Miller. He gets over to number 14, one of the freshmen. Gunnar Grant throws it right. See, Ethan's just turning into an absolute, it's just a trash receptacle. Ladies and gentlemen, put your recycling in Ethan Wallace. You got a plastic bottle, just dump it in the Ethan Wallace box. You got compost, dump it in the Ethan Wallace box. Look at Murphy find Feldman. Look at Feldman. Oh, he's stoned by Fisher Bradford Urban, the junior goalie. Acalanes fired up on that one. Tip your cap. You tip your cap on that one. That's the first real good save by Fisher Bradford Urban. That goal would have been something. It was a really nice setup from Murphy to Feldman. But again, listen, it's survive and advance time in the NCS, folks. You don't need to be hanging any Rembrandts, any Van Goghs. You just need to get to the next round. Sloppy pass. Miller with a sloppy pass, just scooped up by Tarba, and Tam has the ball back again. Up 6-2. Again, playing without Andrew Wallace, potential county player of the year, first team all-leaguer. Oh, look at that pass down to Murphy. Great pass. Oh, and he gets hit from behind for a 5-meter. Nice pass, Jasper Feldman. Feldman's in his assist bag today. Good passing by Jasper, the assist man, Feldman. And he finds Murphy, who had beaten Acalanes down. Murphy's sick, playing sick. I hate to give you guys, I don't mean to violate the HIPAA report here, but he is playing a little. It's his Michael Jordan flu game here, perhaps. And we'll see if he can score on the 5-meter. Rises up, and no, he does not. He gets stoned. Super disappointing. Fisher, Bradford, Urban. Yeah, Murphy's clearly diminished. That's embarrassing to not score on a 5-meter there. What are you going to do? It's, you're not 100%. You're up 6-2. Every now and then, goalies stop a 5-meter. So that's 2 stops by Bradford Urban that would have made this game 8-2, and we're under a minute to play in the first half. Keeping Acalanes in this thing. So Tam's not playing great, folks. They are not playing great at all. And but they are hanging around. Murphy swats that field block away. So Bradford Urban gets the goal block. Murphy gets the field block. And see if Tam can score here. Now 30 seconds to go in the half. It's been sort of an uneventful half. Sammy Melise has played well. He beats number 11. Oh, what do we call him? No, they want to stop the ball. Oh. And we draw a kick out. Feldman draws a kick out. There was a loose ball, number 14, Gunnar Grant. So you have 23 seconds for a 6-on-5, folks. 23 seconds for a 6-on-5. And we'll see what Tam can cook up. Oh, look at that, down to Feldman. Burke to Feldman. I got to tell you something, guys. Tam has been working on their 6-on-5s. Credit Coach Max Pollock. Credit Coach Will Quist. Credit senior co-captains Declan Murphy and Andrew Wallace, who do a lot at practice. And they have really emphasized the 6-on-5s, and you're seeing an improvement. Kids, we live to improve, right? We just try to get better every day. As Ben Hogan said, if you're either getting better or you're getting worse every day, and the secret's in the dirt, kids. I know there's no dirt in a water polo pool, but the secret is in the dirt, Ben Hogan said, and Tam worked on it in practice. And you see the improvements. Look at that field block there by Sammy Melise, and we come to halftime. So a 3-0 second quarter for Tam sort of settles the waters. It was 4-2 at the end of the first quarter, and now it's 7-2 at halftime. So, listen, again, is it Tam's finest work? No. Is it Tam's necessary work? So far, yes. I mean, Murphy hasn't even scored a goal today. 2 for Feldman, 2 for Melise, and 2 for Tarba, 2 for Feldman, and 2 for Melise. There you go. That's 6, and then the 7th goal was scored by Burke. So that's your halftime scoring. 2 for Jasper, 2 for Sammy, 2 for Dax, all returners, and 1 for Rogan. So all goals have been scored by non-seniors. Good job by Tam. Murphy's only taken the 1 shot. It was the 5-meter, and you can see. So let's get you guys just caught up a little bit on what's going on here. This is the NCS Division I bracket. I'm going to give you the boys' situation. We'll get into the girls in just a little bit. The boys, Tam is the 4 seed. They are playing 13 seed Acalanes. They're up 7-2. Should Tam hold on and win, knock on wood, they would advance to Saturday's quarterfinal. Who they play there, we don't know for sure, but it's likely to be Monte Vista. Monte Vista is, of course, a very, very powerful water polo school. They would be the 5 seed. That would be a difficult game, again, without Wallace and without Campbell Visionis, and you'd have to have Murphy kind of heal up a little bit to get to that game. So if they were to play Monte Vista on Saturday, we don't know the site or the time. These things are determined by the NCS after all the games are played in the first round. You have to go to your North Coast section website probably late tonight or, around, 10, 11 o'clock tonight, 9, 10 o'clock. They'll have those scores. So Tam hoping to advance to a quarterfinal, likely against Monte Vista. It would be a tough game. There is the possibility that if they gut that one out somehow, some way, and they get to the semifinals, there's a chance they would face the Redwood Giants. And there's a chance that Andrew Wallace and Pash Campbell Business will be back for that game. So you guys have your narratives, you have your plot lines, you have your excitement. Now to the rest of the TAM situation. The girls are also the 4 seed. Congratulations to Bobby Palmer's girls. They did a great job. Made the MCAL finals. Won it last year. Got to the finals this year. Bob Palmer has that program revving at a high level. Shout out the great red-tailed hawk and former bonehead Bob Palmer doing his thing. And they take on 13 seed Encinal, ladies and gentlemen, right after this one. So don't go anywhere. I know you have to subscribe to NFHS. It's $13.99. Hey, these days you go to Starbucks, they charge you $13.99 for a cup of coffee. So I would encourage you to get you a month's worth of water polo. Hey, and don't tell anybody, but if you don't like it, you can cancel it in the month's over. And I didn't tell you that. I'm not taking money out of NFHS's pocket. So anyway, girls game after us. I will not be on that broadcast. I believe it will be the great Fred Stemler, whose daughter Olivia has been a star goalie. So TAM girls after that. 4 games at Redwood. If you're thinking about road tripping up here, then the Redwood girls play at 6 against the Castro Valley girls. They're the 8 seed taking Castro Valley 9, and then the Redwood boys, the 1 seed, take on Castro Valley boys 7:15. So there you go, TAM. We're back into the second half of the NCS Division 1. I'm Brian Murphy on TamTV. My cameraman Derek Scobie doing his thing, saving our bacon. TAM, the 4 seed. Oh, a little miscommunication there. Jasper and Dax were thinking about different things, but all's well that ends well now. TAM working on something here. Murphy is not in the pool right now. Wow. He really must be hurting. And in fact, look at that, to a cutting. I'm not sure who that is, number 9. Is that Nico Rocherel? Pretty exciting for a freshman or sophomore to get that action in there. Very, very, very exciting. Well, congrats to Nico. I remember when my son was a freshman and got into an NCS game, it was super exciting. So they're coaching him up right now. I know Nico played a lot of goal. It's very exciting for him. Let's see what happens. They're coaching him a lot. Now shot clock's under 10. There he goes. He gets his hand up. Good job, Nico. Look at Jasper Feldman tapping away. Shot clock down to 4. Acalanes probably be wise to dump this. 3, 2, and they're 1. And now they're going to take a kind of a silly shot because now TAM can counter. Let's go. Let's see what you got. See what you got. No counter, unfortunately. Generally, TAM coaches against those shots because you can be countered and you want to win on defense. But TAM did not take advantage of that one there. Again, not their best game. Not their best game. And there's the long pass from Mitchell down to Feldman in the hole, who's trying to score. Oh, nice stop by Bradford Urban. Bradford Urban finding himself a little bit. Fisher, Bradford Urban with a few stops now of late, but TAM retains possession as it was off the goalie. So TAM's is the ground and pound. It's like a mud game. It's like a rainy mud game. He's got to kind of run the ball and sort of grind out the clock and advance. Dax Tarba looking, 20 on the shot clock. They got plenty of time. Look at that shot from Feldman. No call. Interesting no call there. As I thought Melise might have been interfered with, but let the kids play. Hopefully TAM gets the same benefit of the doubt on this side of the pool. All right. Down to 5:11 to go in the third quarter. Once again, no Wallace, no Murphy. No seniors in the pool, ladies and gentlemen. No Coleman, no Ziegart, no Kolesnikov. All sophomores, juniors, and freshmen in the pool right now. Actually, no freshmen. I take that back. Just sophomores and juniors. And TAM did good defense, though, forcing a couple wet balls, and the shot clock expires here, and TAM with a couple of good defensive possessions there. Oh, and we're going with a counter offensive foul on TAM. That's super unfortunate. So all that defense goes to waste. It was number 15. I guess they called Sammy Melise for something. And Acalanes gets their chance. So TAM's just kind of looking to win this thing, get to the parking lot, and go to Chipotle. You know, I mean, this is not we ain't sending this one home to Grandma. Oh, we got a kick out. Unfortunately, we got a kick out, and it's going to be Rogan Burke. 6-on-5 for Acalanes. So TAM, once again, in a little bit of a hole here. seeing I can play the 6-on-5 defense. They're trying to coach up Nico, who's been called up from JV. And Tam with a stop. Was that a field block by Nico? Was that a field block? I'm going to go ahead and give it to him. I'm going to go give Nico that field block right there. He got called up from JV. A couple JV calls. Raymond Chow, Nico Rocherel. Oh, look at that. You got Dax Tarba on a breakaway. Beautiful pass from Sammy. Oh, ho, ho, ho. No call. And they call the kick out. Are they calling a kick out? Are they calling a kick out? I got to be honest, guys. I was a little surprised it wasn't a 5-meter. That was a little surprising. I think Dax expressed dismay at the call, and they're kicking out Dax. Wow. That's really unfortunate. All right. Just got to live with it. Good thing it's 7-2, folks. All right. Once again, no Wallace, no Murphy in this game. Nico Rocherel, the JV call-up, getting some huge minutes here, ladies and gentlemen. And see, I tell you what, he's got a plus-minus going on. They haven't scored since he's been in the game. Really exciting for the kid. Oh, look at this. Breakaway for Jasper Feldman. That's the counter we're looking for. Jasper Feldman rises up and finally says, no stop now. The lights are green. I'm going. Jasper Feldman, goal number 3. It's 8-2 Tam. So, kind of a comfortable lead at this point in time. Again, no Andrew Wallace out with a fractured finger. No Declan Murphy resting with a little cold flu situation. And Tam showing off their depth right now. And no Pash Campbell-Visnich, the sophomore slinger, the southpaw slinger who can really gets that exit velo on his shots. But right now, in the pool, 14 Burke, 15 Melise, 9 Rocherel, 8 Tarba, 2 Feldman, and 12 Holden. In the goal, 1 Wallace. All sophomores and juniors. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 Tamalpais Red-Tailed Hawks. Just fast forward a year here, buddy. We're going back to the future. Shout out the Flux Capacitator. Is that what it is? Come on, I got to know my Back to the Future better than that. I believe today is Back to the Future Day, by the way. As we digress, I believe, well, I think it was yesterday. I think November 5 was the day that Marty McFly went back to Hill Valley. That's how compelling this game is, guys. I'm talking Flux Capacitator and Hill Valley. Marty McFly. Hello, broadcaster. Get back on the game. 8-2 Tam. This one's playing out in very workmanlike fashion. Very workmanlike fashion. You got Burke looking for something. Throws a wet ball to Sammy who wasn't looking. Look at Tam sort of making stuff up here. Just kind of throwing it. Oh, you throwing it to me? I didn't really. Look at Rocherel. Look at the JV call-up with a nice aggressive pass down to number 12, Rowan Holden, our surfer, who flips it out to Rogan Burke, who's got a look. Who scores? Sidebar almost goes in. Sidebar almost goes in. So we're down to 2:25 to go in the half. Just looking at Murphy and Wallace sitting over there. So much talent sitting over there on the bench. And Tam surviving just fine without him. Number 11, Mason Schleer with a wide goal. The only 2 goals Acalanes scored came in the first quarter. They were sort of shockers. It was a 4-2 ball game. They were 2 long-range shots that I think caught everybody by surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, they haven't scored since. So defense, defense, defense is the name of the game. Ethan's had a couple good stops, but Tam's generally sort of the cream is showing. Once again, even without their senior captains, there's Feldman looking over to Melise. Melise just playing really all-around good polo these days, as is Feldman. Oh, and they call an offensive. So there you go. Under 2 minutes to go now. 8-2 ball game. Acalanes trying to find something. Listen, if you're Acalanes and you score 1 or 2 goals, you're back in this thing. Oh, look at that. You got a breakaway. You got a breakaway. And number 11, Mason Schleer. You speak too soon that things are kind of gliding along, and Schleer beats the defense down the pool for a counter goal. I had just said they hadn't scored since the first quarter, and Schleer said, hey, how about that? That's his second. By the way, Mason Schleer, S-C-H-L-E-H-R. He's a senior. So look for Acalanes in the coming years. 3 freshmen, Borna Koopa, Aiden Castro, Gunnar Grant, are going to be a nucleus there. And that corridor of polo over there with Miramani and Campo is just so tough. Those are some of the best teams in the state of California. And, hey, iron sharpens iron, as they say. All right, 1:37 to go. Oh, look at that sloppy pass. By to Sammy Melise. Stolen by number 6, Isaac Toppa Jr. He's got a breakaway. I told you guys, if Acalanes could score 1 or 2, and Ethan knocks it away. The Big E, like Elvin Hayes back in the day. Or what we used to call the department store, the Emporium, the Big E. Oh, no, offensive. Tam can't catch a break. Ethan Wallace with a stop, and the ball goes right back to Acalanes. And, guys, sometimes I just don't see these offensives. You know, they see things in the pool, they call it, you look where the ref is pointing, he blows his whistle, he points Acalanes' way, and Tam's on the defensive again. So there's one of the freshmen shooting it right into the hands of Stone Wallace. Were he a Civil War general, he would have been General Stonewall Jackson. Stone Wallace, Ethan Wallace, one of the best sophomore goalies in the state of California, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at that pass to number 15, Samuel Melise. They finally draw a call. Number 6, Isaac Top gets caught hitting him from behind. Quite frankly, I thought there was the same situation with the Sammy Melise, the Dax Tarbo one, but they didn't get it. All right, Tam with a 6-on-5. They've been practicing these things. Feldman over the Melise, maybe a little sun in his eyes, quite frankly. It is a thing here at this time of year. Melise having a little trouble grasping the ball. Weak side pass over to Dax Tarba to Feldman to Burke. Burke rises up to Feldman. Feldman's got a look and scores! The kid can shoot, ladies and gentlemen. The kid can shoot. Jasper Feldman. That is, 1, 2, 3, his 5th goal of the day. He's a sophomore, kids. Next year's team, he will be, he's already good on this year's team. I believe he's second on team in goals. I think it's Andrew Wallace 1, Jasper Feldman 2, Murphy 3, or 2 and 3 are really close, but either way, he's a prolific scorer for a sophomore. Oh, look at that ball. But Ethan Wallace says, no, I saw that. Ethan said, I saw that. I saw it happening. Number 13, the freshman, Aiden Castro, tried to sneak it down to number 7, Thomas Parrott. And Ethan said, no, dude, I knew what you were doing. And that will end the third quarter. All right, so we ended halftime 7-2. Tam wins that quarter 2-1. It's funny, I played that entire quarter without changing the period to the fourth. Sorry, guys. This game's so ordinary that even I am sort of dropping the ball. Into the fourth quarter we go. Tam 9, Acalanes 3. Goal count right now is Jasper Feldman with 5. Let's see here, 16. That would be 16 was. Who was wearing 16 today? Anyway, 14 scored a goal. That is Rogan Burke. So he's got 2 for Rogan. And then who's wearing 16 today, guys? Anyway, we'll figure it out. All right, fourth quarter. Thank you, Derek. Hello, everybody on TamTV. Tam kind of grinding this one out. This is one of those just going to run the ball kind of thing, you know. You're playing maybe the Atlanta Falcons in a Week 8 game, and you're just sort of running the ball in the fourth quarter here. Not to say that it's over, but Tam playing without a lot of talent on the bench, man. Andrew Wallace, Declan Murphy, Pash Campbell-Visnich, all not playing. Murphy's only played a few minutes in this game, hasn't even scored a goal. Had 1 shot on goal from a 5-meter and didn't score. He came in briefly in the first, briefly in the second, hasn't even played in the second half, I don't believe. So Tam's going to get away without playing their big star. Nico Rocherel, I want to shout him out. A JV call is a very, very exciting thing. And, you know, it's exciting just to be around the team for practice. It's exciting to be in the NCS environment. And as they advance, the environment gets more and more exciting, like perhaps Saturday's quarterfinal would be against possibly Monte Vista. It's exciting enough to be environment. It's really exciting if you get in the water. So number 9, Nico Rocherel, got in the water, and that was pretty darn cool. 16, was that Will Gracie? Is that Gracie who scored? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and give Gracie that goal. All right, we figured it out. Everybody were different. See, Sammy Melise usually wears 11, is wearing 15 today. And Gracie, who usually wears 15, is wearing 16. So you're going to have to cut me a break. I just switched to Sanka. Feldman, Rocherel, Tarba, Holden, Melise, and Burke are in right now. So props to Nico Rocherel for getting that call-up action. All returners in the pool right now. And Acalanes, you're looking at it this way. It's 9-3. It's the fourth quarter. You got a young team. You're excited to be here. You haven't been in Division I in a while. Last year they were in D2, lost in the first round as a 10 seed. They missed all the tournaments in 23, missed all the tournaments in 22. They're trying to reclaim that glory. In 2021, they were in the championship game in Division I, lost to Redwood. In 2020, there was that COVID. 2019, they won it. They were Division I champs. So I think it's now the time I can break out this stat. According to Max Preps, Tam has never beaten Acalanes in water polo. Now, I got to put an asterisk on that. Max Preps only goes back to 2012. Now, Tam did not have too many dominant teams in the OOs. They did have good teams in the mid-90s, though, the Bob Palmer, Blake Wellen teams. If indeed they did beat Acalanes in the mid-90s, I apologize. I don't have that fact. I do know that in the last 7 meetings, according to Max Prep, Acalanes has won every single one of them. So let's just put it that. Oh, look at that. That was a really heads-up attempted goal by number 12, Borna Koopa. Tam was talking on defense, and Ethan Wallace was talking to a defender, and he had a clean look, and he skipped it off the top bar. Oh, and look at Jasper Feldman with a little backhand set goal. That was pretty fun. We saw Nate Greenberg do that on a very high level in the MCAL semifinals, and Jasper just did a little sort of baby version of that. So it's funny about Jasper. He's a great outside shooter. Here he is scoring from the set with a backhand. The kid was born to score goals. I believe that's 6 for him. So well done to Jasper Feldman. All right, Tam's up 10-3 comfortably. But anyway, on the Max Preps going back at least 15 years, Tam has never beaten Acalanes. I'm not sure. I went to Tam in the 80s. I know we didn't beat Acalanes then. It was a big deal to even play Acalanes in NCS. And Acalanes smoked Tam back then. I had many friends on those bonehead teams. And they talked about how when they played Acalanes in NCS, their pride was Acalanes pulled their starters, and their starters were showering during the game. And Tam actually made enough of a move that they got out of the shower and got back in the pool. So the old boneheads from the 80s say, hey, man, we made Acalanes get out of the shower and back in the pool. Now Acalanes still won big. But that was the point of pride back in the 80s. So unless there was a game in the 90s I don't know about, there is no recorded written history of Acalanes losing to Tam. That's why I'm only bringing this up here in the fourth quarter with Tam up 10-3. And with, a 5-meter being called right there. Thomas Parrott earned that one. Oh, no, wait. Are we calling something here? What are we calling here?
Hey, match up.
We're calling a kick out, a 5-meter. Not sure if it was on Tarba, Rocherel, or Feldman. Either way, there's a 5-meter for Acalanes. 5:19 to go. Shout out to Tam non-seniors getting this one done. Andrew Wallace out, Declan Murphy resting with the cold flu. And all next year's team says, we got it, Unks. We got it. All right, here is number 12, Borna Koopa, the freshman, lefty. And Ethan Wallace does what he does. He takes the 5-meter and turns it into liquid gold for the Tam Red-Tailed Hawks. Unbelievable performance by Ethan Wallace on 5 meters this year. I told you guys, buy a ticket to see this kid play. Oh, look at this. Dax Tarba on a breakaway. He's got some open water. Oh, but he loses control. The ball stolen by number 13, Aiden Castro. And now a kick out. I believe, is it Tarba or Rocherel who's kicked out? And now with a big counter, Acalanes, that's Tarba. Big counter here for Acalanes. They got a 6-on-5, under 5 minutes to play in the game. And it looks like Max Kolesnikov, a senior, is going to get in. There you go. Way to play. A senior Kolesnikov to get in the pool. That's pretty cool. He'll be getting in. 6-on-5 still going on here. So, Coach Max Pollock taking a chance to play some kids who will be excited to get in the scorebook on a NCS game, earn their NCS stripes. 6-on-5 for Acalanes here. So, yeah, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a, dare I call it, history. It's at the very least, 21st century history. And there's number 13, Aiden Castro, and Ethan Wallace is on a heater, kids. Ethan Wallace, build that wall. Oh, look at this. We're calling an offensive now on Tam again. Wow. Well, I don't know what to tell you guys. There have been a fair number of those today. And the refs now want to reset everything here. Tam now in a 6-on-5. Max Kolesnikov is in the water. Good for him. Kolesnikov and Rocherel, along with Feldman, Burke, Malise, and Holden. And then Ethan Wallace, who's just having quite a day in goal today. Only allowing 3 goals in an NCS game in the fourth quarter is pretty darn good stuff. All right, Kolesnikov playing some D, and Ethan Wallace. He's a trash receptacle. Ladies and gentlemen, only you can prevent forest fires, and only Ethan can prevent scoring near the goal. He could do a Smokey the Bear ad campaign. Only you can prevent scoring. Let's put Ethan in the Rangers hat. I like those Smokey the Bear ads. And kids, be careful when you're out there camping. Let's prevent forest fires. Max Pollock calls a timeout, 4:05 to play. It's been a workmanlike game. If you're just joining us, shout out everybody who joined us. Shout out Derek Scobie for doing the work and getting us going here at Redwood High School. Always nice to come to Redwood and get a win. Now, again, if Tam can hang on here in the next 4 minutes, you'd like to think they can. They will advance to Saturday's quarterfinals. Site to be determined. You got to go to your NCS website to figure that out. It'll be out. Follow maybe Tam Booster's Instagram, Tam Water Polo Instagram to get your information. So they will play Saturday in the quarterfinal against Monte Vista. Probably. We don't know. Monte Vista has to play Clayton Valley, a 12 seed. You know, you never know. You never know. That's why they play the games, folks. So, presumably, if form holds, Monte Vista will play Tam. And again, if form holds, Redwood will be waiting for the winner of that game in the semifinal next Thursday. Number 9, Will Miller, thrilled by TamTV, tried to get a little love on the camera. Getting some camera shots. There's Rory Murphy on his phone, a shocker. There's Aunt Katie. There's Sammy Melissa's parents. Nice to see. Nico's mom. There's the Feldmans, Keith keeping stats. Zach Tarba's mom. We got Rhiann Gracie. We got the Feldman grandparents are here. I think I see Kat Phillips' mom. That's sweet. She's, of course, a swim coach. Jumped in the pool. And there's Rogan Burke's dad, Alex Burke. He's been our sharp scorer this year. So there's the TAM thing. I will note no TAM students. I'm going to go ahead and say it. And if TAM students, brutal, awful student section. I'm calling it out. And you know what? If you got a problem, come at me, bro. We used to go to games dressed in spirit. Locust 409, leading chants, setting the tone. TAM students, water polo fans, stink to high heaven. Back to the game. Use me as motivation and get out here Saturday for a game, students. My God, these are your classmates. All right, back to the game. Derek, we got a little situation right here. I'm not sure if that's something we need to worry about. As number 12, we back on the air? We're good? All right. Rant on the students over. And that's Rowan Holden, who had to stop a 5-meter or stop an easy goal. Good defense there. He gets kicked out. So a little 5, and there it is. Thomas Parrott scores. Look at Acalanes is happy. Acalanes is happy. They score to make it a 10-4 ball game. So good for them. That was Parrott's. He's a senior, as I was told. He's one of the top rugby. And Murphy coming back in with 3:34 to play. He's had plenty. Acalanes kid yells out, anything's possible. I like that attitude. I like that attitude. That's the kind of thing I want to hear. All right, Murphy back in for the final 3.5 now. We'll see if he can get on the board here in his NCS senior year. Oh, look at Jasper Feldman, the Melise feed. Feldman my goodness, after this game is over, he'll be at the shooting range down near San Quentin hitting targets because Jasper Feldman, ladies, I believe, is that 7? Is that 7? 5? Is that 7? I think that's 7. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Fred Stemler getting ready to go, warming up the pipes. He's gargling. Hot tea, lemon, honey. He's ready to go. 3:15 to go in the fourth quarter here. Tam up 11-4. I should have scored that win there. My bad. As Tam sort of looking forward to. Oh, look at that, Parrott with another one. So a couple late goals here as Tam's clearly taking their foot off the gas, getting a little sloppy of late. Are you joining me, Fred Stemler? Are you joining me? He's trying to figure out how to plug her in. Sure, why not? Relieve me. Give me some relief here.
1-2, 1-2.
Hey, we got a preview of our girls game next. Welcome, Fred Stemler, Tam girls polo parent. How you doing, Coach?
Doing fantastic. Beautiful day out here at the pool.
It is gorgeous, right? Good fall afternoon, little low light.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
It's the best.
Tam 253 away from advancing to the quarterfinals. It's been not a masterpiece, Coach, not a masterpiece.
Well,
it's sort of a workmanlike game. Jasper Feldman's pumping in all the goals. Everything else has been a lot of counter, a lot of offensives, a lot of blown possessions on offensive fouls, etc. Andrew Wallace has been out. Oh, look at this.
Wow.
That's number 12, Borna Koopa, freshman. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him.
Yep.
11-6. So Tam clearly taking their foot off the gas. They were up.
For sure.
They were up 10-3. Acalanes on a 3-1 run. Tam calls timeout just to make sure things don't get a little kooky here.
For sure. What do we got?
2:37 to go, 5-goal lead.
Yeah, they got plenty of time. They can take their foot off the gas
They
a little
can.
bit here. But
And they've kind of taken their foot off the gas all game, really.
oh, yeah? Ethan, when I came in
Ethan's
here,
playing fantastic.
He was putting a wall up.
Ethan's
for sure.
playing fantastic. He's really, and Jasper Felton's been peppering the back of the net. So Andrew Wallace out, the potential County Player of the Year, Division I UCLA commit.
Yep.
Pash Campbell-Visnish out. And Declan Murphy, sick as a dog with a cold flu, has played minimal minutes today. So
in the water now?
he is in the water. They brought him in, but he came in and Acalanes immediately scored 2 goals. So
hey, well,
he wasn't doing much.
they're bridging the gap, holding the lead here.
Yeah, he got in the water. So he's only played about, I would say he's only played about 6-7 minutes all game. So Tam's getting by with all sophomores and juniors. It's a nice preview of next year's Hawks.
That is solid.
And a little display of the depth.
And Acalanes is not a walk in the park typically. So
no, in fact, I was telling you this, Coach. I went back and at least on max preps, dating back 15 years, and I'm going to go back into my bag in the 80s and the 90s. I don't think Tam has ever beaten Acalanes in water polo.
Well, tonight could be the night. I mean, I
didn't bring it up until the fourth quarter. We were up 10-3.
No,
Since I've brought it up, Acalanes is on a 3-1 run.
Absolutely do not want to talk about that prematurely.
Now, the only thing is the mid-90s, Tam had a little dynasty with Blake Wellen, Bob Palmer, that crew. And I don't know if they beat Acalanes then. If they did, I apologize. So at least we're going to say in the 21st century. I know in the 80s they did not. I can vouch for that.
Okay.
I was around then, and all my buddies were on the water polo team. And I know they haven't in the last 15 years. So if they did in the 90s, I don't know, but certainly not in the 21st century. And certainly in the Max Preps record, the last 7 in a row have gone to Acalanes. So this would be a little chapter of history, perhaps.
Fair. Love it.
There's Rogan Burke feeding down low to Murphy, who gets the turn. Oh, they call the ball under.
Typically when you're turning and facing the goal with defenders on your back, you're going to get some of it. Maybe just because he had his hand on top of the ball. They're not going to give it. It's also a 5-point goal. Usually, some refs get a little. There
was an eye roll from Murphy on that one.
Sure.
Yeah. He didn't. He thought he had done the work, right?
Oh, all right. So he's gonna. There you go. Don't you dare call an ejection there. So Acalanes seems a little flat on their offense. Just in the 3 minutes I've been watching,
Yeah.
It's like
go.
Yeah, again. I mean, the wall. He's really anything.
What's the call
here?
here?
The call here? He's calling for the ball out. What are we saying?
Easy, buddy. Easy.
Okay, so I think what they're saying is that Ethan somehow got his hand onto the cage and moved it.
I'm going to say Ethan's going to have to stop doing that because that was a critical moment in the semifinal at Archie. They called Ethan in a very weird situation. Now, Ethan's been having a spectacular game, but
right when I
time.
walked in here, it sounded like he stopped the penalty he shot.
He did.
On the last
He did.
round.
He did. He's been stopping penalties this year like crazy. We went to Menlo. Menlo's one of the best teams in CCS. He stopped 5 meters.
Filthy.
Unbelievable. That's Borna Koopa.
Boy, he is.
Well, Acalanes has ended this thing with a boom. They're going down with it without a fight. So shout out Acalanes. Their bench is into it. They are a credit to them. A little
reminiscent to the Cal SC game that just happened last weekend. It's about this kind of gap.
Don't tell me there was a dramatic turn of events near the end.
No.
Okay.
SC actually spread out the distance. SC played absolutely insane this weekend. It was great water polo. And Tam's playing smart
So
right now.
one
They're
rule,
spreading
you
out.
come into a boys water polo thing, you don't get to mention SC. We welcomed you to the broadcast here. We didn't give you carte blanche, buddy. This is a Bruin here. We'll start talking national champs. Hey, here we go. Sammy Melise with a look. He's got a look. No.
I was just gonna say Sam was so hot the last
he's been
game.
God. So, boy, Tam is really petering out. This has been a tepid finish to the game for Tam.
Minute 15 left.
Coach, we're just going with the survive and advance at this point in time, right?
Fine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I know, but it's not a good finish at
It's
all.
not. No, it's taking a lot of momentum out of the wind there.
It's really, really bad.
Acalanes
11-8. Acalanes is in it. Tam's got no one to play with. They've played poorly all game in general. I got to score. I got to catch those scores up. By the way,
interesting. Okay, 11-8, minute and 8 left. They really just got to spread this.
They really do. But my God, it was 10-3, Coach. And so it's a 5-1 run to finish the game by Acalanes.
Yeah.
Not good momentum going into the game. I'm not happy. I'm going to rip these guys.
I think that's fair.
Listen, if you guys want to go anywhere in this tournament, you got to put teams away. It's 10-3. You got to put them away. They even put Murphy in with 3.5 minutes left, and it hasn't mattered at all.
Yeah, you'd like to bring a little momentum.
My gosh, I'm a little miffed right now, quite frankly. Poor performance. I was too busy calling out the TAM fans and talking to you about SCUCLA. Wow, come on, TAM High.
I started in a negative.
Are you the curse, Coach? Are you the curse?
No, go throw that cone in the water.
All right.
That was effective.
All right. I think TAM needs a goal to kind of just like stop the energy here. I'm not even looking to run out the clock. I'm looking to score here at this point in time.
Right here. There you go. Bring it down.
Somebody's got to score.
Bring it down.
What do you want to win 11-9 here? Come on, man. So, what are you doing here?
Swim it down.
I understand.
Take
Run the
time.
clock.
Sammy's on the cross.
I'm going to go ahead and give a thumbs down to the way this thing finished.
Lean in.
And they're just going to run out the clock
Yeah,
here?
you're just going to play your clock. There's
survive in advance, but
reason.
not pretty. Ugly game. Nico Rocherel, the sophomore call-up from the JV. Very exciting.
Look at that. Been playing goalie with the JV.
Yeah, it's really exciting. He's getting some he got a call-up. He's played the entire second half.
Yeah, I covered the JV coach for a couple weeks while he was out, and Nico's got a cannon.
Acalanes calling timeout, and he's a tall kid too. So, yeah, good stuff. Wow, well, listen, let's call it like it is. TAM came into this game a little shorthanded, without Andrew Wallace, without Pash Campbell-Vincent, and then Murphy shows up sick as a dog and says, Coach, I can't play that much. Max Paul comes with a strategy. He says, I'm going to try to get by without using Murphy, the senior co-captain, and see what the sophomores and juniors can do. Now, Feldman answers the call with a ton of goals, a bushel of goals. I believe he has 8, if my count is correct. 8 of their 11. I don't know if that's right. Maybe 7. 7, 2 for Dax, 2 for Sammy, 1 for Rogan. So maybe 6. Yeah, I think it's 6. So 6 for Jasper, 2 for Sammy, 2 for Dax, 1 for Rogan, maybe 1 for Will. Either way, Feldman hitting the back of the net and Wallace in goal has really been the only positives today, and Nico Rocherel getting his second half JV time. Other than that, it's been a flat performance by the Red-Tailed Hawks.
No.
Acalanes has had better energy, better bench energy, and yeah, Coach, I'll rip them. I'll come on here and rip the team.
Well, that's
that's what I do.
Sometimes they need it. I will say, at the end of the day, the Acalanes are going to be hanging up their caps there for the rest of the season.
This is true. Survive in advance. Survive in advance, right?
I see Dax without his cap on over there, but you said he scored.
I think he might have gotten rolled, actually.
He got rolled.
I think he did.
Yeah,
I think he did.
He and Pash, not uncommon for those two to have aggressive
Yeah.
play.
But Dax actually
he's got
scored 2 today and has actually played very well in the last month of the season.
Oh.
When Pash went out, he's been a huge growth story.
Last game I saw with Dax, he got absolutely rung, stars around his head.
Yes.
Came out, and then I loved it. He came back in and dropped a great outside shot to the top corner.
Look at Archie's running a play here. They're running a play. Murphy swims over to break it up.
Don't you? Did he seriously just eject the goalie for that?
Number 9.
Okay.
Will Miller airmails it. What do you think of that call there, Coach? You got some polo experience.
It's interesting. I didn't really see it. He didn't aggressively charge. Maybe something happened that I missed there. But
listen, here's what you do. Survive in advance. Do not hang this one in the Louvre. Do not send this one to Grandma and Grandpa. Do not send it. Burn the game film in advance to the quarterfinals. They're going to run out the clock here.
Goalie out.
It's
patient.
It's 10 seconds to
Goalie
go.
out.
TAM will advance to the quarterfinal, likely against Monte Vista, and they're going to have to be a whole different team on Saturday, that's for sure. Very sloppy, tepid fourth quarter. But again, it's only about surviving and advancing, and TAM will do so. 11-8. Congratulations to the Red-Tailed Hawks. Congrats to Acalanes, which really put its foot down. But I believe that's the first program win ever over Acalanes, and that is a final. And now we're going to hand it over to the girls' game. Congratulations. We got Coach Stemler ready to go. Do your thing.
Awesome sharing the mic.
Derek, you're going to stay for the girls' game, correct? No? Are you going to have a girls' cameraman?
I think Kevin's he's pretty
Kevin
set.
Octavio.
I'm pretty sure he's.
So we'll sign off here. Thanks so much to Derek Scobie for doing this thing. Congrats to the TAM boys advancing to the quarterfinals. And stay tuned for the girls' game on your NFHS Network subscription. This is Brian Murphy signing off from the Redwood Pool. TAM 11, Acalanes 8 on the TamTV Network.